How you doing, YouTube? Matt Massa Beer Reviews, back with a little bit of mystery beer, courtesy of my boy Steven. A lot of preconceived notions going for this mystery beer, because he sends me a lot of Lagunitas. And this kind of smells of Lagunitas for a couple of reasons. One, the shape of the bottle. Previous beers that he sent to me also. And there's a Julian date code on this thing, but I don't know. Looks like it might be the 329th day of 2019. So looking at a little bit of age beer, maybe? Who knows? We're going to see what's what, but we'll dive into it and probably be swayed by those preconceived notions that we try not to adhere to. I'm assuming this is a big beer, so we're going to... Oh, what the fuck is going on here? Okay. Fruit beer. Some kind of fruited version of beer. I did not expect that. I thought this was going to be some kind of big barley wine or stout or something like that. Label-wise, psychopath wrapped, as Steven has been known to do with the mystery beers. And what does that look like? So first thing I was going to go to was that Rubius from Founders. Just because it kind of reminds me of that beer as far as coloration goes. But Founders has a top label, so it's not one of those. But what does it look like? Let's not focus on guessing what the brewery is. I mean, it looks like a raspberry beer. I mean, it looks like a raspberry fruited beer. Could be a bunch of different things, but it's got this rich kind of raspberry glow to it, kind of pink, almost like strawberry quick level head on it. Nothing ultra creamy to it, but it has that kind of coloration going on. So yeah, fruit beer. Let's get a nose. This doesn't smell overly big as far as a beer goes. I'm sticking to my guns with raspberry, but I think there's more to it than just one single fruit. There could be a blueberry component to this. There could be other kind of red berries to it, but I think it's still kind of a raspberry-based ale. I don't think this is a sour. I don't think it's a kettle sour either. Maybe something of Belgian kind of influence or something along those lines. Because I'm not getting much as far as any kind of tartness, just this rich kind of fruitiness, this really organic kind of fruity, it's not even jamminess, it's like freshly squeezed, fresh fruit. There's a little bit of pulpiness in there, but there's nothing even close to being overly sweet nor overly synthetic about the beer. Soft sweetness, a little bit of bittering that almost reminds me of the seeds you would crunch down into, and like a raspberry or something like that, or... Yeah. So off the nose, 6 and change raspberry ale, for the lack of better definition. Let's see what the taste holds. Cheers. There's something in here. I'm not going to be able to get it, I don't think. So, straight up raspberry beer. It has a tartness to it, but I believe that's all derived from a heavy dose of fruit in this beer. Don't think it has anything to do with actually it being a sour. It's more just it has a lot of fruit in it, so there's a little subtle tartness to it. There's a vanilla kind of component to it. And I'm just going to say, straight up, there's a little bit of vanilla in here. I don't think it's lactose. Even though the mouth feels nice and soft and sultry, I think it's just a base beer. It could be a little bit of lactose then, maybe. Because that mouthfeel is quite nice. I'm not going to go there. I'm going to say just a subtle dollop of lactose on this. Is there something else going on? There's a bittering to it. But that could be something with this being an aged beer, because as far as this looks, this beer is give or take about a year old. Yeah. I don't think this is somebody's beer to guard. I could see them pushing in that direction. Actually, maybe I want to go there. I was going to say no, because it's a beer to guard. It's not really overtly Belgian as far as yeast phenolic or anything like that. But it could be like a French beer to guard. A French style beer to guard with raspberry. I'm going to stick to my guns. What do they say? 6 and change. Let's go 6.3% raspberry base, beer de garde. You wouldn't put lactose in a beer de garde, so it's got to be vanilla. I'm going to go vanilla. The mouthfeel makes me want to say lactose, but that little bit of sweetness is almost just a very, very gentle touch of vanilla more than anything else. I just want to lean into that lactose because of the mouthfeel, but we're just going to say vanilla. So 6.3% raspberry base on a beer de garde with vanilla. I could be totally wrong on this one. So we'll see what's what. I have no idea who made this. I assume it's an old school brewery because it tastes like an old school beer. And it is Lagunitas. Okay. So, what do we have going on here? Cherry Jane. So I went raspberry, and it's a cherry beer. Turkish Delight cherry juice. Sour ale. They call this sour. I got more tartness from fruit than I did sour in the beer. From Prunus said Brutus, and he took it in taste. That's cherry, cried Mary, with a brighter rosy face. An ale, posed Gale. Her mind ran a race. It's beer, answered Greer. Sorry. This is all just waste, or whatever. 5.5. So just under 1% off as far as ABV goes. They went cherry on this. I wonder what kind of... I mean, they say Turkish Delight cherry juice, so I assume Turkish Delight might be a specific kind of cherry. It very much leaves kind of raspberry for me. I can understand cherry on it, so I'm not going to sit here and get all poopy and angry about the thing. This is a really fun beer. I like this quite a bit. 2019 one-header series, so it is a year old. I like this a lot. I called it just a swinging at a beer de garde because I have no idea what kind of style of beer it was. And I know a lot of breweries like to lean into kind of fruit on top of a classic kind of beer de garde. When they ring this kind of color, it's one of my favorite styles of beer de gardes. And this kind of reminded me of that more than anything else. Let's throw those dregs in there. See how that affects things. But I like this beer quite a bit. This is really fun stuff, especially for its ABV. I thought it was quite a bit bigger, and it just had this nice kind of fruitiness to it that it just really appeals to me. Very much a Christmas beer. I mean, they're going for that theme here, with the little kind of cherry mistletoe-y thing kind of in the corner. And it's a really well done, really tasty version of like a nice, soft cherry juice, albeit I called it more raspberry than anything else, kind of fruit beer. I dig it. Beer speaks, people mumble. No, that's true. Anyway, so thank you very much, Stephen. This is a very, very fun mystery beer. Let's talk about it. It's one of the better fruit beers that I've had. I was like, yeah, actually, it's quite nice. I enjoyed it quite a bit. You tell me you can get this in a 6-pack per Lagunitas, kind of classic 6-pack of this for less than $15, then I am a very happy camper. So I don't know if that's the case. Stephen, let me know what's what when it comes to this beer. And if it is Lagunitas, chances are it's actually pretty awesome on the price point front. Let's see, what else? If you like what we like this, fruited beers. I mean, that's pretty much it. On the nose, fruit beer. It's made really well, really tasty, and just kind of has this nice kind of fruit core that's super organic and just super drinkable. Not overly sweet. A little touch of bittering enough to bounce off what sweetness there is there. So if you like fruited beers and really well done fruited ales, I would call this more fruited ale than sour ale, then you'll dig this. So there you go. Another review in the books. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Down there if you want to talk about it. Massive Beers if you want to check me out doing the social media stuff. Beer Massive. Want to check me out doing the whole podcasting thing, and hopefully you guys enjoyed the review. Hopefully enjoying a nice soft little cherry jammer right now. And hope we'll see you next time. Cheers.